All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Doc here from North America or Earth. Take your choice. Vladimir, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Ready for another fun-filled day? What can we say about today to how it started off? I'd say it's looking pretty interesting in the sense that you see the euro being very firm there. Let's see, who do we have on? Oh, we have the Dow on there. Let's move that over to a daily now. And so there's the daily, and that's the euro right there. You see, it's just slow and steady. I think they're negotiating and they're trying to figure a way to spend a couple $1 trillion. So I mean, it's seems like that's what the recipe is at the moment. Just trying to figure it out. How do you scan the market to select instruments? Well, I think traders, as an old floor trader, what we do is normally just go to our favorites, the most liquid. That's usually the best way. Go to the most liquid, and that's usually what it is. Vladimir, I'm. Oh, good. Glad you're fine. Excellent. Remember, sound mind, sound body, sound body, sound mind. So you need to be fine to trade. You're going to be focused. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Silver Touch 21 at R4 monthly, and from there it's stuck. Well, it kind of moves slow. And so, yes, what traders do is they go and they find the most liquid products and then they trade them and trade them over and over and over and over again. And that's, and I guess it's like that thing where, people, they see a crowd and they all run towards it. I think that's pretty much what it comes down to. And traders do the same thing. And obviously, the most liquid are the best to run to, So people run to the most liquid and they go from there. And that's usually the way it always works. So, and then obviously you can hunt through earnings when it comes to stocks. It can be grains during the active months that make them more active than others. In the fall or starting to head towards the fall, it's usually the oils because of heating oil in the wintertime. There's anything that instigates something to be more active. So that is the I think that's the right answer for it all. So there we go. Uh, so that's that. Now let's see. And then Daniel's saying that silver is like locked at 21. Let's see what silver's doing. You can see here. Um, this is the euro. The euro has been very firm. Robin and I have written some stuff about the silver back in the 18s and 17s, saying we're looking for the 20s. So we're on a couple of other services talking that. I got not other services, just a futures magazine talking about it. And I guess our own, the Chicago Quant, and here at Dukascopy. So all three services, we've been yakking about this for a while, looking for silver to get up into the 20s. Matter of fact, yesterday I talked about it, and we went and looked at it again on the chart. How hard it's going to be for it to get through the mid 20s. All right, so let's take a look at the silver, since that's been brought up. Thank you, Daniel. There it is, right there. So spot has busted through the 20s. It looks like 21ish. Let's take a look at. Let's see. Let's go over to J4X or go to Chicago Quant. Let's see. Where's that? Right there. And there's silver. So you can see. We should make that yellow and larger and change the color. Where's the color? There you go. I like that better. You should make that the same way. Yellow. Yellow. Like that. This way it's kind of like it wicks people up. I was told, Robin told me that one of our traders went after a product that got long overnight in a weekly sell. I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, make these things even larger. Weekly quant in a weekly buy. This you're allowed to be long overnight. And when it was here, right there, you weren't allowed to be long overnight. Now let's find another product. Let's see what gold's doing. This you're allowed to be long overnight. It's in a weekly buy. When it goes into a daily buy, you're allowed to be weekly in a long. Okay? Uh-oh, this house is filling up today. What? Yo, yo, yo. There's Quad Z. Quad Z, what happening? Yo, yo, yo. Excellent. Excellent. Let's get everybody in the house. Let's get something talking here. We hunted down the Hinky Ashy, and it has become a main theme now on our J4X chart, blending in with all the other stuff. And you can see it. Like, there's been warning signs. Like, warning, Will Robinson. This baby wants to go up. And you can see the white histogram. I'm not sorry, white histogram. White line holding above. That's the fast moving stochastic. Moving up. And you can see the slow moving stochastic lagging behind, which is the way it's supposed to be for a bullish scenario. And you can see more greens than reds. That's a good, and gooder. So that's where we are. Could you please look at copper? That's right, CU, right? And AU. AU would be what we're looking at right now, right? Oh, no, wait a minute. AU could be Aussie, right? What is AU? Do I have to look on the periodic table? To me, AU is silver, isn't it? No, wait a minute. Yes. Yes. On the periodic table, no, it's gold. So you want me to look at gold, and silver's AG. And you want me to look at CU. Is that copper? That should be copper, right? Yeah, copper. Cool, I like that. I like it. Use the elements. That's good with me. I kind of still remember some of my elements around here. All right, let's go to, let's see, we got gold. Let's go to gold right there. And there is the gold. And as you can see there, it's doing the same thing. And you can see we've been in a weekly buy. No, that's silver. That's where we went. Oh, no, that's gold right there. So we went into the weekly buy here. And it's been dancing its way. Dancing and dancing and dancing. And you can see here, looking at my work, you can compare it. This had more greens. Ours were red here for all that downwardly slope. That's the only time this kind of deviates, which is not too bad once in a while. This is a really good. Over here, kind of missed a lot of that, I think. Let's see, did we or did we not? Let's see if we can move this over a little bit just for the lining up of it. Is that lining it up? I think that is, right? Yeah, it looks like it's lining it up. So, sometimes it's perfect with it, sometimes it's not, but it's better than not having me at all. So that's where we are. So there is your gold. Gold's looking really fine, And went back into daily buy a few days ago. Let's take a look at that on there. Yeah. So this is going on the third day now, right there. We had something happen odd in crude oil. I put a 1 in there in the sell, but it's not. It's in a buy. It never went into the sell. But we'll take a look at that in a little while. So there's gold. Gold looking fine. Foxy lady. And so now, let's see. Let's go over to silver. And there's silver again. Oh, now we need to go to copper. Let's go take a look at copper. Copper right there. There's copper. Let's get it up on ours. Let's see. Where do I have it parked? In Dookie Day Week. I think that's where it's at. I know it's in some big numbers. There it is. There is the August copper right there. And let's see where we are on here. And we went into a daily buy yesterday. Cool. So let's grab one of these and just turn it into that. Right there. There we are. So it's in the daily buy from yesterday. You can see it here on line 8. 12 weeks in a buy, 1 day in a buy. So it's been in a buy for a while here, all the way down in the low 230s, I guess that would be. And what are we doing? We're heading for the $3 area. Wow. Rock and roll, huh? Cool. Yeah, look at that. Heading for the $3 area. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Would be interested to see stochastic setting. Well, it is on there. See it right there? This is the stochastic. The white line and the dashed line are stochastic settings. This is the way I look at it versus the way other people look at it. You see what I'm saying there, Daniel? $3 for copper, yes. Yeah, how about that, huh? I guess the Corona, Sharona. I guess that baby's getting ready to, it's been dropped below, what do they call it? It fell below pandemic. It's below epidemic, and it's now just the flu. But the media keeps on screaming and yelling like it's big time, So, uh, so I guess they're starting to see a growth. I see rate of change, stochastics fast, stochastics slow. Yep, that's it. Oh, you want to see the settings themselves? Here. There's the fast. 5-3 fast. Slow is 9-6. Right there. See that? Let's see if we can turn it on. Because I'm only using one out of it all. Let's see. Edit indicator. Here you go. Will this help you out a little bit better? There it is. Let's see. What else? I guess that's about it. Right? And then... Did I... Edit indicator again. And there you go. There is the slow one. Does that help out? There you go. Do 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 do. And then I guess we could look at the Hinky Ashy. Edit indicator. Can we edit that? Inputs, outputs, advanced. Okay. Base period 1 week. I don't know what that means, but it looks good to me, so I'm happy with that. Show it all on one all periods. Yeah. But I hope that answers all y'all questions. Excellent. All right, now, so the metals are really starting to do some life-moving things. Especially that silver. Silver is really battling hard. It has been, Robin's been looking at that triangle and saying it's got to go. I've been in a weekly buy for a while. It's got its things. Let's put it that way. It's got its things. And so, and then copper there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Going on a 13th week. Wow. Very cool. All right, now, where should we go from here, traders? Anybody want to choose something for us to look at? It would be very nice. I hate thinking. I'd rather not think. I guess we could go to cable if no one's going to say anything. Let's go to cable then. Cable Rooney. Right there. Showing, oh, look at that, up in the 27s now. We talked about that before, figuring it was going to go challenge that one. I had to get back into the buy, and I think we are in all the buys. We're in the go, go, go. Yes, we are. We have Euler on our side. It's go, 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 no go, go, no go, go. And there you go. You got one there. So it's a 1 week in a weekly buy, 1 day in a daily buy. And let's see. Let's give us a look here. Educationally. Right there. That's Canuck. Let's try it again. There we are. There you go. Actually, it says 2 days. No, it's 1 day in a buy. It just gave us the volatility indication right there. So, yep. And you can see this is moving up. And you can see this is happy as a clam. So there's very positive action there. Index. Okay, which index should we look at? Should we look through the 3 indexes? We can do that. Or 4 indexes. It's fine with me. I want to do something more than what I think up. Ask questions and I will end up discovering things. I always do. Had a trader this morning say to me, "Why is this increment this increment?" And I said, "I don't know, you've made a setting for it." And it was like 12.5. His trading platform showed bids and a bid and offer every 12.5 ticks. So for some reason, it was in the Nasdaq. It was in this one. Let's go right to this one. It was in the where was it at? It was in right. We'll find it in a second. It's in the Tech 100 right there, and I could see, like, you see how where it says here, like 11:42 at 11:45 or something like that. 44, 46 now. 43s are bid for. Anyway, it went 143. Imagine, and then the offer was 12.5 higher at 153.5, and then the bid below it was like 139.5. He had set some type of increment where it would only reflect 12.5 tick wide increments on the screen. So, anything's possible. All right. So, here is this baby's cruising at all-time highs. Closed at all-time highs last night. This is the Nasdaq 100, or better known here as the Tech 100. And boy, is it ever the Tech 100. And then we'll go right here. I think we're in a 2-day daily buy in this. Yeah, just 1 day. And what else do we have to say about that? You know what it is we've been watching also the QQQs, which have been in like 3 days in a daily buy. It's the same product, just only in what you would refer to as, or I would refer to as, New York exchange hours. So 9:30 Eastern Standard to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And it's been in a daily buy for a few days. Let me show you that one. We look at these things through all kinds of, like I said, this is trading education at its max. So let's see, okay, there. Let's go here, open there, and Robin Stock Combo. There it is. And you'll see this. And this is also the Tech 100. That's Amazon. You can see we've been a daily buy there for a day. Right there it is. You see it was 2 days on this thing. And it was, if it wasn't for the vortex, it'd be 3 days back there. So that's been kind of interesting. And you can see this is also at its all-time highs right there. And we've been in a weekly buy since the cows came home on this one. Right there. So what is that on the spread? Oh, let's see. Let's open up the other spreadsheet. There it is. Okay, there it is, and it's line right there, line 14. 16 weeks in a buy, 2 days in a buy, whereas the SPY fell into a sell for a little bit, and it was only 3 weeks in a buy, and then 4 days in a buy. And then when you look at the futures contract, that's even more entertaining, right there. 5 weeks in a buy, and 5 days in a buy. And then you look at this futures contract, and it's 15 weeks in a buy, 1 day in a buy. So different time references, I guess, in a sense. Both are dailies. The only difference is one is New York Stock Exchange daily. The others are global 24/7. So that's what does that. Makes it a little bit more, sensitive on some levels. Sometimes it goes the other way around. 15. Let's see. That's 15 weeks in, and then let's see what this one is. This one is 16 weeks in on the stock indice. Interesting. Whereas this is only 3 weeks, and the 24-hour is 5 weeks. So, it's got some real interesting characteristics going. Okay. So now, where do we go from here? Well, that is the Tech 100, the number one stock indice on the planet. Matter of fact, what we should do is we should fix that too. Let's do that. Format that. While we're here, let's do some maintenance. So that is the Q. Let's see. So we can just change the color like that. I like that one better, really. And 12. And QQQ day. Or better yet, we'd say ETF. ETF. And then this one is day quant. Signal. How about that? Put 3 words in there. Freak them out, baby. Right there. Let's copy that. Copy. And hit OK. And then let's fix this one too. And just put weekly in there. That's the only typing I have to do there. I like that. And change the color again. There we are. All right, we're doing some maintenance. Let's see. Let's go to dollar Turkish lira. Starts going down. Try up. Okay, let's take a look at that. There it is right. Let's remove the stocks and go to the Turkish lira right there. 33 weeks in a buy, 8 days in a buy. Let's see what it looks like on the J4X. It's like never gives up, does it? Like I said, I think a deal has been cut. We'll see. We shall see. Right there. There we are. Oh, it's making a move down, is it? Oh, yeah, look at that. We're getting some red, too. 3 reds out of 4. And it's trying to move down, that's for sure. Let's see what it looks like on our Chicago Quant. Not there. Not there. Here. There it is. It's on the edge of going into a sell. You see that right there. Let's widen that out. Look at that. Right on the edge. Matter of fact, what's that number? That's a minus, isn't it? So it's underneath the sell number. Both of them are. The black histogram and the white line. They're busting through the time manifold and heading south. And then you can see there. Yep. And then that's all those weekly buys. Kissed the sell once, just got real close to it, and then rolled up. I think the histogram was still plus. The white line was minus. That's how it did not go into the sell. You can see it broke down the time manifold there. That always was nice. So, yeah, I mean, we're on the edge. Again, not too much of the edge. You can see the weekly seems, due to the fact that that big sideways action, all this where's that at? Come here, Mr. Mouse. There it is. All this sideways action here, all that action right there, it's making the weekly very tight. So we'll see. Any good move in either direction is going to start to make it jump. It will make it jump. Okay, somebody else, give me something to look at. Give me something else. Daniel, anybody? Vladimir, Quad Z. Vladimir, please give us something to look at. Or Quad Z, or Daniel. Anybody here, go for it. Let me see who else is in the house. Can I see? I haven't seen 54. Where's 54 hiding? I don't see 54. Where are you hiding? Oh, there we go. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Quad Z says, "Hey Doc, so the stochastics crossover is for direction and the ROC is momentum. If weekly and daily go in the same direction, if daily weekly in the same direction, okay, direction, the trader's position should be such that how it works." Yes, that is correct. Isn't that a metal? Eutherium? What is eutherium? Ethereum. Ethereum. That sounds familiar. My mother had rings or something like that made out of it, I think. Let's see. Ethereum. Can we figure that out? I should Google it. Find out what Ethereum is. I think I'll Google it because I can't remember what that what that is. Okay. Let's hit the Google machine and see what that says. Oh, it's an ETH. It's Bitcoin. Ah, I see. All right, let's go there. My mother had these rings that they bought back in the 60s. And when everything went crazy in 2008, 2009, they went to like $8,000 an ounce. It was crazy. $10,000 an ounce. Now here is Dukascopy's Bitcoin. They have one on here. I know they do. I've seen it. I've looked at it. We've both looked at it. I did it a couple days ago even. Where are you? Come on, Bitcoin. Jump out again. Brent, copper, gas, light, soybeans. The text. There it is. There's Bitcoin. Okay. So there's the Bitcoin. You can see this is trying to lift up. Now, let's dance our way over to... Yep, it's right here. That's right. Let's go to attached windows. There it is right there. And it's the July contract. And it's in a buy for a couple days. We need to grab another line and put it in there. It's been in a buy since there. Let's see what's on the spreadsheet. On the spreadsheet, I think I have it as a 2, isn't it? Yeah, it's a 2. There it is. So it went into the buy here. Right there. Right there. Where's the sell at? Now, why doesn't that not show the... Oh, the sell's up top for some reason. Okay, so there's the sell on the other side. Okay. Yeah, and then there's the weekly buy there. Yeah, so it's been a couple days in a buy now. This is the third day in a buy. It's making a nice little move there. That sounds familiar. You know what it reminds me of is Wilco. Wilco, I follow Wilco on LinkedIn. Wilco used to do webinars here. He's very active in the cryptocurrency world. Anytime I have a question about cryptos, I run right to there. Vladimir says, cryptos. Cool. You can write Ethereum there and it will show. I see. Cool. And is that it's like Bitcoin, I guess. You know, there's dozens of those companies, right? That have different things. I'm very positive on the cryptos. I don't have a problem with them. They're just not big enough. That's the problem. Is that they're not big enough. You know, there's not enough paper in them yet. But one day there will be. You know, I mean, it's like anything else. You know, all of a sudden everybody will wake up and be involved in cryptos. Or I don't think it'll be because the currencies are bad. I think they're a hybrid between gold or the metals, the currencies, and the stock indices. I mean, we saw. Let's do a little research on this. All right, we're going to put up a weekly chart on the J4X, right? And you can see here in March and February, it was trading at 10,000, and it rolled over with the virus, you know, with the stock indices. So, you know, in other words, you would have assumed this thing would have gone through the roof, right? But no. It topped out in January and rolled over, just like the stock indices. Let's look at the Tech 100. Same identical action, or the S&P 500. Here's the S&P 500. Did the same thing. And then let's go to our girlfriends, the metals. There's gold. Same thing. It rolled over. Now, it wasn't as pronounced, you know, but it did fall from the 1700 area down to the, what was it, like the 1500 area? I mean, that's not exactly the way these things for safety are supposed to fall, you know? So then, let's go to silver. Silver, that's why we thought silver could bounce. I mean, that was the educated guess there, is that we thought silver was going to bounce because they took it down to 1171. Look at it, down into the 11s. So it fell from 19 to almost a little under 12. That's why we figured for sure that when Robin saw the triangle starting to form out, you know, I was like, oh yeah, I can dig that. Treasury went up in March instead of gold and Bitcoin. Yeah, it just shows you how the central banks control all the markets. Matter of fact, let me read you something here. I'm going to read you something from a trader that I got about 3 o'clock this morning. Former chairman of a major exchange, or two, maybe two. No, he wasn't Nasdaq chairman either. He was just another exchange. Major committee on the Nasdaq. I do remember that. Let me read what he sent to me. Now, where the hell did I put it? Okay, right there. Now, what he said to me was at 3 o'clock this morning. Now, he's been trading like, I don't know, 60 years or something like that. Forever. And I'm going to read you a quick little blurt when I finally get to my email. I'm heading there now. And he you know, we went back and forth. He texted me because he gets up 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was up at the time. And so I answered. And he says I'm his technician. I'm written into the estate to be his the estate's technician. I've been giving him technical work for about 30 years. Let's see. I think we were partners at one time on the Amex. I think so. I actually think so. For about 2 weeks. Let's see. Let's go to that letter. We're going to find that. And this answers exactly your response about the treasuries. Okay, let's see. Let's go there. And maybe that's it right there. You know what? Let me do the other way. Let me do both of those like that. There he goes. Okay, so now he says to me, for me, it is hard to look at the markets as a... Oh, no, that's me, I think. That's what it is. He says, this kind of government commitment is fine for one of our current 2 or formerly 3 class societies. This primal struggle is what politics will be all about from now on, and it will really, really, really get ugly. The market used to be fun. Now it's just tedious. I think you can stay engaged. And then underneath that, he had said something like, does the vaccine, 10 years of QE, and massive government debt expansion make a top for the bull market? That was the first one. This is the first one that came to me. Does the vaccine, 10 years of QE, and massive government debt expansion make a top for the bull market? That started in August of 1982. Or is it like the boys from Brazil are making out? I don't know. I didn't even want to think about that, whatever he was mumbling about on that one. But the first leg of new 40-year run, that was a question mark. And my response was, did I have a response to that one? I may not have. Because then the second one was about the frustration and the hard, you know, how the classless society, that was the second text. So my response was, for me, it's hard to look at markets as a bull or a bear anymore. That's what I said to him. I said the real story was private investors invested in the markets with the help of steady interest rates by the Fed. So those investors took it up or down, known as a bull market. But after 2008 losses were so great, you know, in parentheses, brokerage houses and major banks lost Chapter 9 or merged, the Fed has taken the role of major investor. Also other central banks on earth. So assets are not allowed now to drop like before in 2008. That was my response to all that frustration he had. And so now we go to Daniel, and he says treasuries went up in March instead of gold and Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to give you an answer to that without dancing, and that is that there's a big old saying on the trading floors and professional traders. If you can't sell what you want, sell something else. In other words, you need cash and you want to sell, you have 10 stocks that you wanted to sell, and now of them are way oversold and you don't want to sell them down in the hole. Sell something else that has value that's listed as overvalued in your toolbox. That's the way the traders think about it, okay? So the treasury went up, and instead of a bit gold and Bitcoin, is because there were people who were invested in it that needed the cash. That's what it came down to. They needed the cash. And remember, half that fall, in percentage-wise, was 3 or 4 funds that were trading naked puts for, I don't know, since 2008, 2009. I guess 2009, right? So 11 years. And they had made billions from it. Those 3 or 4, I think it was 5 funds total. And now 3 or 4 of them are out of business now. They got bankrupt from it. Hopefully, they parked some of those billions on the side because they lost billions in this market. Now, what happens, the only way to hedge short volatility, naked puts, the only way to hedge that is to sell stock short or any other asset. You have to sell it short, okay? And it doesn't matter what price you sell it at. You just have to sell it and sell it hard. And that's why the stock market, let's put the stock market up there now. Let's put the Dow Jones Industrial Average. That was the perfect example of it all right there. That's why it fell from almost 30,000 down to 18,000. And that's why they were doing 1,000-point days and some 2,000-point days in either direction. Is because when you're hedging and you're doing a pairs trade, you don't look at what price you do both of those at when you need to get in or out of the position or hedge the position, and you're desperate and you're trying to keep billions that you've made, and now you're down $2 or $3 billion and you're down $5 billion. You're just selling the hell out of whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You're just selling the hell out of it, and doesn't matter what price you get. And that's why we saw those $1,000 moves. So now that's Daniel, and then Daniel said U.S. Treasury bond on Dukascopy. Let's see if we can find that. Let's see. There's the metals. There's the oils. There's sewer beans. There's gas, natural gas. There's the DAX. That's the FTSE. The Hong Kong. Boy, I wonder what the Hong Kong looks like. They must be taking that to woodshed. Not as bad as you would think. You would think it would be down below new lows. Okay. That is the Nifty 50. Let's see what the Nifty 50 looks like. And we'll keep on hunting to see what to find a treasury bond. That's holding up nice. There is the Dow, S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, or the Tech 100. That is British Aerospace, I would think, BAE. And that is National Grid. I think that's the gas lines, right? There's Bitcoin. I don't see the treasury on there. Let's see if we can scroll. There's a lot of stocks on here instead after that. I don't see it. They may be trading euro dollars. that could be what they trade is euro dollars. A lot of people don't know that euro dollars is like the most active product on the planet. There's euro Turkish lira. Let's see what that looks like. I don't see the treasuries. I have the treasury bond I can put up there. Let's see. As fun fact, gold crashed first, then 2 hours later, Bitcoin followed suit at the time. Yeah, I remember that. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I think I remember that. But thank you for reminding me either way, or educating me. One or the other. Take your choice. I do remember that because I was watching Bitcoin, and at the time it was firm. and then it broke, and I was like, oh, this is a joke. This is crazy. This is wrong. That shouldn't even be going on. So, all right, now let's go back to what are we going back to? Oh, I know. I was going to go back to is what was I going to go back to? Oh, I know. I was going to go to the bond. Let's go find the bond here. There it is on the Chicago Quant. Right there at the bottom. No, not DEC. I want September. There it is. There's September. You can see it's still in a weekly buy, but it closed in a daily sell yesterday. I have it on the chart as that, or on the spreadsheet. Dun dun dun. Let's take a look at it here. Let me just double check that. This is the one we use for the Chicago Quant. Let me go to that one. Let's see, ZN right there. Yeah, it went into the sell there. Right there. And you can see it on the spreadsheet right there. 4 weeks in a buy, one day in a sell. So, yeah, and that's a good fun fact. The impressive thing is that how well it got back to 10,000. I thought that was really positive, how well it got back to 10,000, the Bitcoin. I thought that was a real V bottom in that. That was pretty cool. And that's what we needed too. We needed this. We needed to see Bitcoin act like it was a. That's me taking a bite out of an apple. That is. We needed Bitcoin to really show that it could be a place of last resort. It's flight to safety, because gold in it showed that neither of them were capable. And I've been saying that for years, since the listed options. And I'll explain that right now. One of the reasons why the metals were always part of the portfolio was for inflation. Now, there was no listed options. So funds or money managers, or whatever you want to call them at the time, what they had to do is when they thought inflation was starting to kick up and money was starting to leave the marketplace and everybody was getting nervous, what they did was they sold some of their stock, and what they would do is increase their portfolio from, say, 3% to 5% in gold, slowly move it up. Now, fast forward to 1976. Now you have listed options. Okay? You're a portfolio manager. If you got half a brain in your head, you can buy puts now. Well, they haven't started the puts at that point. They can only sell the calls. But what you can do is you can short stock and buy calls. And so you can make a synthetic short. And so what happens is that you can be long if it takes off and have a straddle on, in a sense. I've probably thrown 3 things out there that can scare people in words. But straddle, synthetic short, and then after 77, everybody had puts. And once they had puts and calls together, remember, puts, you can buy a put and the market goes down, you make money. And if you buy a call and the market goes down, you lose money. All right? And it's a seesaw. And so vice versa. If you buy a call and the market goes up, you make money. And then if the market goes down, if you buy a put and the market goes up, you lose money. Okay? So calls gain value when a market goes down. Calls make value or gain value when a market goes up or a product goes up. All right? Now, there's a bunch of Greeks that are going to define it. It's second rate of change and so forth, second derivative. You can get all kinds of cute and wild and excited about it if you want. But in the end result is that it's not much more complicated than that on a simplistic expression of definition. All right? And Then it goes to how much time is in the option and the decay rate and all that other stuff, which is not necessarily important if you're what I refer to as being brute force. In other words, you're buying calls for, I don't know, 2 hours or a day and a half, and they're like got 3 weeks in them, and you're doing it because your indice or your indicators are telling you something's going up in value. So the chances are is you're going to make money on it. Now, if they're too far out of the money, in other words, they're too damn cheap, then what'll happen is they may not gain as much as you would like them to gain. But if you buy just the right one, you'll do fine. What do you think about unusual action at Tesla? Let me see. Was there unusual? It was up, right? My whole opinion about that stuff is, let's see. Let's find Tesla. Let's go to the spreadsheet again. First of all, there it is on the spreadsheet. Tesla is 14 weeks in a buy, 1 day in a buy, right there. Let's get it up on, where's it at? Stock combo. There it is there. So you can see all the way back in now. It's been in a buy. And we've gotten 3 green dots going on there. One was a vortex one, so it's 2 days ago. So we knew that strength was kicking out 3 days ago. And then the next morning they opened flat, and it was nice. This thing was up. You could buy the opening there, and so it took off. And today it looks like it's doing the same thing. It looks very firm there. Now you say, what did you say? You called it, what do you think about the unusual action? Are you kidding me? This is Elon Musk. I don't think anything can be unusual with him in control of it. It's just all freaking crazy. So he is the new P.T. Barnum. Tesla, I don't know. What is it? It's got a market cap of the moon, right? And it manufactures, does it manufacture 500,000 cars a year? I don't know. Whereas General Motors and everybody else are manufacturing. It's his battery technology. That's one of the big things. I got a friend that's really big in the National Science Foundation. He's a provost to one of these wonderful universities around here. And he's always telling me how excited he is about the battery technology. He is totally excited about it. Supposedly it's going to be a 1,000,000-mile battery he's got building, or someone's building a 1,000,000-mile battery. I don't know. But anyway, it's his technology. So they're buying his technology, hoping that it will happen all. In other words, everything he says is going to happen. At the same time, he owns the rocket ship company. That is not public. And so not like Brandon from Virgin. Brandon. And so what happens is that there's talk of him mining a couple of asteroids with his big rockets. And there's supposedly like $1 trillion worth of gold in a couple of these places. So it is a combination of all kinds of fantasy and excitement. So just buy more popcorn and kick back and watch. It's going to be fun, Tesla. There are no complex option instruments for Dukascopy, right? Complex option. They do binaries. So you can do binaries in there. I imagine they do options also at the same time. I've played around with their binaries. So you can look at that. But what do you mean by complex option instruments? What part is the... I understand option and I understand instrument, but I don't understand what complex is. Vanilla options. Hell, I like chocolate vanilla combined together. Let's see, I meant vanilla options. They have binaries. I know, yeah. I guess they don't. I don't know. I guess you have to talk to them about that. I don't remember ever seeing an option grid. So, a chain, option chain. So, it's... I'm sure they'll be accommodating. They must be accommodating on some level. You just have to customize it what you want, and I'm sure it'll help you out. All I want to know is, where's 54? Where are you hiding, 54? Your synthetic short has. I hope you're paying attention to me. You need to be selling a put against your long put, and you can be naked long your calls or sell some calls against it higher up. Take your choice. But you got to be hedging that puppy. This thing keeps on showing strength. And no doubt it's the summer. I mean, tomorrow we could wake up and it'd be like 112.23 again. But, either way, at this point, we've been saying that since the 113, 112 and a half area. Well, I think it was 113 and change we started pushing on the webinars. Every webinar I say something to you about it. So please be safe, be smart. Let's see. And so you want a plain vanilla. I like plain vanilla. I think I agree with you. You want to build but again, I guess you can build your binaries. I'm not sure if they go beyond a couple days or not. I guess that would be how are you thinking about doing something for like a month or 2 months? Is that what it is? 3 months? 4? Let's see. Yeah. So let me see. That is that, I guess. I mean, combine Elon. I mean, he does goofy things just to try to knock the stock down so he can get his investors, friends into it. That's why the Securities Exchange Commission has to battle with him all the time. They're always fighting with him about something. Hey, look, the Securities Exchange Commission, these two government commissions we have in the United States are a joke, both of them. The CFTC and the SEC are jokes. They give false hope to investors, and that's the worst thing of all, to make them believe that just because they're, the investment tools are following the rules. Ooh, I'm rhyming. It means that they're safe. Doesn't mean they're safe. Hell, they shouldn't even. An investment broker on the Securities Exchange side shouldn't be allowed to be an investment broker unless he does something like 70% of his volume in options. I mean, anybody that's just selling stocks naked out there is like telling people to drive their cars without insurance, or don't have health insurance, or don't have house insurance to protect your house or your apartment, or boat insurance or whatever. It's like going naked. That's all it is. It's a joke. And you can have just as much of an appreciation using options as you can, just being naked long in stocks. So you can still collect your dividends. The same thing with the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. There, you can't even do a market order in the options. You'll get raped. You'll be bloodied from it. And they just walk away every day just laughing. So the CFTC does nothing about it. Hell, we saw front running in, what was it, a couple of weeks ago? We saw front running in corn on a government release. I've not read one article yet that they've gone and investigated that front running. Let's see. What do we got here? Rolling. The egg farm less than 1 mile from the yellow house burnt down last night. Bummer. Oh, no. Oh man. 300,000 chickens got killed. Oh, my God. Oh, that's so sad. I was going to stop in there, and we got chicks from other places. So, man. Bummer. Our chicks are doing fine. There we go. All right. Now, wow, I guess the heat, probably like, straw and heat and stuff like that. That happens. When I was a kid, a lot of the barns would go up in the summertime. And, not a lot of them, but I mean, they would, hay up in the loft, the heat, a little wet hay combined with the heat. And next thing you know, it's mulching. And then it mulches and boom, it turns into a fire. And boy, once that stuff goes, it goes. Okay. All right. So where are we at from there? Let's go to the chat line. Oh, yeah. Oil went up and CAD down. Yeah, well, that's what it's supposed to do, right? So when oil goes up, that means that the equity in Canada is positive, right? So let's take a look at that. Right. Right. Where is it? Dollar. There it is, right there. 34.59. I think we're in a sell again, right? And we're in a weekly sell. That went in and out, right? Right. Let me see. We'll show you in a second. There it is there. You can see lots of red there. Where's that? Line 20, right? Line 20. We're in a weekly sell and 4 days in a daily sell. Yeah. So the fact check sheet. Dun, 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 dun. And then let's go over to here. Let's take a look at past history. CAD. Yeah. See what it did there? And right here. So it went into a buy. It wasn't a sell for here, from here. I think I stole the little red line from there. It was in a sell from here. And then it went into a buy and went back into the sell last week. And now it's rolling over nicely. So if we're short from Friday, you know, winner, chicken dinner. A lot of chicken dinner down the road. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, a lot of chicken dinner down the road with 300,000 chickens cooked. Any chance oil goes to... Oh, I should have asked that. Does it smell like roast chicken? Let me ask them that. I didn't think about that one. Does it smell like roast chicken over there? Does it smell like roast chicken? I mean, 300 chickens. I wonder, 300,000 chickens. Will they show up at Cowtown? 300,000 chickens. Cooked chicken. Yeah, there we go. I was going to take Janos to there. We have the oldest rodeo in America. And it's a major league one, so you can actually see it on TV once in a while, or you see riders on TV, you know, on ESPN and all that stuff, bull riding and all like that. Some of the top riders come in. We're in cattle country here in southern New Jersey, where you got New York City 150 miles north of us, or 200 and some odd kilometers, I guess you could say, 224 kilometers or something like that. So, we have every Saturday night, we have rodeo. And so they have an auction on Tuesdays. And the chicken farm that went down with 300,000 chickens, is not far from the the rodeo, about 3 miles away. So I wonder if, like 4.5 kilometers. So I wonder if we're going to see, if I ride out there, will we see chickens for sale? Cooked. Yeah. Crazy Doc. All right, traders. We've had enough fun today. We've done some good education. We're doing our thing here. This is Doc from North America saying arrivederci. And what else do I do when oh, yes, I sing my way out of here. That's what I do. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all my trading friends. And when